But
Okay.
the Larissance, I feel like that would be a pretty good name. Enough about Larry. We're gonna get Spargo here coming back on the stream versus Lizz. Also, I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Anytime Spargo wins, here at SoCal, we call it a SoCal win. If Spargo's winning, SoCal's winning. That's we claim Spargo in the name of SoCal anytime he does good, bro. That's how SoCal be sometimes. But we're getting right back into here, man. Spargo, one of the best players, arguably at this moment in time, he is one of the best players in the world. I mean, coming out the Woodworks with just 2 strong wins going into this. I mean, he is poised to possibly take this tournament. I mean, not possibly. He might actually take this tournament, but he's got to go ahead and fight against Lizz, who had a really strong showing against Javi despite the loss.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people were doubting Spargo's ability during the Wi-Fi era, but he didn't allow any of those comments to bring him down, unlike this spike that he just got on Lizz. What a way to start this first game, and this is the match that we thought we were going to get for the opening of this commentary block. And just look at Spargo, he's fighting like a mad bull right now. He wants to take home this tournament, this RETA 2022.
I mean, what more can be said about Spargo? That's what they call him, the Spargo. Arguably one of the greatest of all times at such a young age, but also just incredible strong knowledge of the character that is Cloud. We see how he went with, Mithra and Pyra, but I think the Cloud is the perfect fit for somebody like Spargo. Just as how we see that Falco is the perfect fit for Larry. It's good that we're starting to see players go to who they feel is their true mate, who they feel comfortable with now. I think we're at such an interesting time in the meta that it's good to see Spargo say, you know what, I may be dropping potentially a top 3 character in the game, but this Cloud has done such tremendous work for me. I'm not going to let him go because I can do so much more with him.
Yeah, exactly. And like, Cloud is not what he used to be on Smash 4. I think that he's still a pretty strong character, maybe not the top 3. And just look at that Spargo.
Look, I'm telling you right now, man, Spargo has the earphones on and he's listening to commentary. He's like, Captain Zig, what did you say about the Cloud? Let me change that out. Let me change that out.
He's making me eat my words with that Cloud, but that's exactly what I was trying to say, that like Cloud, he might not be the best character like he was on Smash 4, but I really like that Spargo, like you mentioned it, he's sticking to the character that he feels most comfortable with. And not only that, he is rocking that Twice t-shirt, so he's a man of convictions, you know?
Look, I'm telling you right now, man, look, if I was Spargo, when you win Beyond the Summit, you buy yourself a premium ticket to Korea, you go watch Twice with VIP seats, you get that Twice shirt, and then you just sit there and you bask in your glory, man. Because when you're winning as you are as Spargo, you deserve some of the great stuff in the world, man. But shoutouts to him. I mean, he has been one of those players that the first time that he appeared in SoCal, beating Void at that WNF, it was the opener. It was the big opener for Spargo. The day that he beat one of SoCal's strongest players at that Wednesday Night Fights was a day that Spargo started to immediately take off with his career. And we're starting to see that come full circle now with just 2 big wins and possibly a 3rd one in his belt.
A 3rd one in a row, that's right. But now Lizz starting with the advantage grid just like that. Spargo is like, no, I don't care what you want. I just want this tournament. I just want to go home with this win on my pocket. And now Lizz, she's once again on a pretty sticky situation, putting herself back off the stage. Oh, barely missing that grab, but gets the pummel, gets the jab. But now Spargo once again, he is playing beyond his mind. Look at the way that he's been just... Every time Lizz makes it back, Spargo just tosses her back off the stage, man.
Yeah, I mean, say no more, man. That's essentially what he's doing there. But also, Lizz is doing a pretty good job of just trying to be aware of Spargo's back airs and the downers of when she's off the stage. And that's the one thing she wants to avoid, especially at high percents with FIFA Trainer. So she's trying to slowly make her way back to the stage. The big thing here is that once Spargo sees that and he has so much stage control, he essentially looks to see which of the 5 options she's going to pick as a recovery, and then immediately just take control of that from her because Lizz has spent so much time off the stage.
Well, now
look at that, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, the players in Mexico have such a strong presence of mind. Like, him just standing there menacingly is enough to put Lizz right back off the stage. He goes for a grab because he's been using those back airs forcing Lizz to go for shield. He earned that, and I think this is the one strong thing we saw in Javi. We see it also in Spargo.
Yeah, and just going for those grabs, like, if you can make your opponent afraid of shielding because they are more afraid of getting grabbed, that's a huge win on your side. That is gonna help you a lot to win games, to win sets. So at this point, just the mere threat of the grab is enough to put the fear on the side of Lizz. But what is she going to do now? Ooh. And Spargo once again getting that forward tilt. It's going to be enough to take Lizz's second stock. But we've seen the adaptation on the side of Lizz. She can make the comeback.
Yeah, she's not too far behind. I mean, she is far behind here, but she's one player that we saw how slowly she can make adaptations here. We'll see if there might be something going on in game 3, but she still has a chance here in this current game. Spargo just doing an excellent job, like I said, putting in so much pressure. Goes for the double jump forward there because he was trying to see if Lizz was going to go for that high recovery here and then punish accordingly, but just the pressure that Spargo was able to put on Lizz here. Having her off the stage yet again. We're going to see how she might possibly go for a roll, forcing her to possibly hold on the shield. It's a lot that Spargo is working with, and that down air is pretty much what he's working with there to take the stock and go up in a huge lead here 2-0.
And I think that's something that we haven't mentioned. It's the mere pressure that just charging your limit break a little bit every time you see a small window of time to charge your limit break. That's also another way to pressure your opponent. Like, maybe you're not technically doing anything, but just getting an inch closer to getting that resource, that limit resource, that can be enough to make your opponent afraid.
Yeah, and it's a lot of, like, I think this comes down to what we see in the top talent, at least what I'm seeing currently today at Delfino, Maza, RETA 2020, is some of the strongest players like Javi and Spargo just understanding what pressure does, what conditioning does to an opponent, and essentially taking away their comfort is incredibly strong. We have Lizz just being scared to hold shield because of the way that Spargo is able to just cause her to hold shield. We have her, I mean, the way that he's able to get that read there against the neutral cover, it's going to cause Lizz to stop using neutral get up. So he's looking to condition Lizz off those 5 recovery options, like I said, and you just immediately take that away. Neutral get up, get punished for it. Shield get up, get grabbed for it. Right? Roll get up, get forward tilted by it. You start to begin to second guess yourself, but I do like that Lizz still, even though she's down a whole stock right now, she's just trying to keep her composure, and you got to give her the credit here for it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is one of the strongest things that, or one of the most important things that you should have if you want to be a top player. You have to be able to keep your cool, to not allow the nerves to get to your head, to keep your composure, like you mentioned it. And Lizz, she's been showing us that she is able to hold her composure even against Spargo.
Yeah, and you have to, you will take a loss, you will lose a stock. If you can't handle that kind of pressure by losing a stock or taking a loss, then it's going to be really difficult. But I mean, you got to give Spargo a lot of credit, man. It feels like he's playing at 2 times the game speed because he's just moving so fast, trying to keep up with Lizz as much as possible. I mean, he even reads her getup when she was going for an air dodge just with a dash attack. I mean, like I said, he's playing with 2 times speed. You got to give the kid a lot of credit here.
And the parry, and now the limit is an option. Not only an option, it's a threat. Just having to face Cloud when he has his limit break, it's super scary. You don't know if the next hit is going to be enough to kill. And now Lizz is off stage. What is Spargo going to do? He has 3 stocks. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a risky option, but now Lizz getting Spargo's first hit. But just like that, Spargo is back, and with a vengeance, Lizz is off stage. 99% of the side of Lizz gets air with the neutral air. Okay, slowly but surely Lizz is starting to adjust against Spargo.
Oh, try to go for the grab there after the landing of the back air. Good for Spargo though. I mean, back air is one of the strongest moves that Cloud has as well, but the up smash will do it, catching Lizz off the landing. Like I said, you can pressure her off the shield, pressure her off the neutral getup. pressure her off the jump get up. Essentially, Spargo is reading all the options, but conditioning Lizz into those options. I mean, it's just a lot of pressure. To the blind eye, to the untrained eye, it looks like he's mashing back air, but that back air is out there for a purpose. It's to get her scared of that jump get up, right? To force her to go into shield get up, normal get up, or one of those other options. And then Spargo will immediately take that away from Lizz and essentially